Hi, so we're going to do a tutorial for this today. This is a 9-inch rose and we're going to use 2 petals and no base, so it's easier. So 2 types of petals I'm going to use is one with the straight edge. These are 4 inches wide and 4.5 inches long. And the second one is a rounder petal, and that is 4 inches wide and 4.5 inches long. So first we're going to use the straight edge ones. So we'll put the round ones to the side for now. So we're going to put these into groups of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 20 of these, and we cut 20 of these as well, the round top, and 20 of the others. So to curl the edges, I just use a small glue stick. So we're going to start curling them now in the grips. So with this paper being a little bit lighter, I'm able to take 2 and you go to the edge, curl it in round, and then just curl it down one go. You're not curling it down the whole way. And the same with the rest. This will give you a 9-inch rose. If you want to make the rose slightly larger, you can cut the petals slightly larger, but both petals always stay the same size. Now for the last 4, what we're going to do is we're going to split 2 and 2. So we're going to curl these 2. And we're going to put them onto this pile here with the 4. So there's 6 in this. This will be the last pile that you'll use. These are the last 2, so these are the centre of the bud. So what we do here is cut about that much off over in a straight line, or as straight as possible as you can do, and then we curl these in. The reason I curl them is because it's easier then for the pepper to go into the round shape. So what we're going to do now is we're going to join these together. So glue gun, and hold. So always remember to hold it so it sets. And what we're going to do now is we're going to push this one up and do the other side, so up. And with the bud, so this is going to be out, so this is going to go out, and then we're going to do the opposite side, out. And as you can see, because I curled it in, it's easy to manipulate it onto a bud. So that's what you're looking for there. So then you take your glue gun, glue the edge, and hold. Always remember to hold. And the same with the other side. And hold. So that's what you should have now. So now we're going to go to this side and we're going to start with this. For me, I put 2 and 2. I group them into 2 because it'll be 2 that we'll be using each time. So it leaves you that you don't get lost as well. So you glue. And remember the side with the, and you put that to kind of the line here, so it's flush with that. On the other side, do the same there, and let that set. And then fold up and fold up. So the importance of cutting these two off, the top off, as you can see now, that's slightly higher. If we hadn't cut this off, that would have been far bigger, because you want the rose bud to go down in. So we're just gluing here and here. Don't have your glue up too high, as you don't want to see it in your bud, and then just fold over and hold. And the same with this side. And hold. As you can see, because we curled the edges, they do fold in round, which makes it easier. And now the other side. We're always going to the opposite sides once we put 2 on. And just down to there. We're always taking to this line here. And the other side. And then we fold this up. And we do the same with this. Fold up. And the same applies here. Glue along the bottom corner, not up too high, and in. As you can see, I don't have to really touch the top because it just folds in because of the curl that we put on it earlier. And do the same with this. And hold. At this stage now, that's what it should look like. As you can see, this is on deeper, so it gives you the illusion of going in. And now we will do the other set. So remember, I always put it on 2 so it's easier to remember where you are, especially if you're working from home and there's kids around. So you'll see here where you're meant to put it, and up to the line again. And again. And down at the corner. It's so important to keep it down low because you don't want to be seeing the glue when you're looking under the rose, because remember, this has to go on the wall. And do the other side, and remember, always hold the corners so the glue can set. And again. I do it this way. Other people put a base on. A base would be usually round, and they would add the petals to the flat base, but I find it really hard to centre the rose bud on that base. So I came up with this idea, which I think's a lot easier. And again, and remember, don't put them on too tight. You want a bit of a gap so it gives you the illusion of fullness. And again. So we have 2 more layers left, so we'll do the same again. 2, glue, and opposite side. And we're just building out that bud to give it a fullness and a thickness. And glue down in the corner. As you can see, it's starting to fill out now. And again. I'm just holding it down at the corner. As you can see, I'm always holding it. Even when I'm gluing this corner, I'm holding it. The glue can be a bit warm, but you used it. So at this stage now, this is what we'll have. Nice full bud. So now for the last, remember when I said to put 2 on, so we have 6 here. We're going to go in the opposite way, out the way now, so I'll show you this. So instead of gluing in here, where the corner in, we're going to glue out here, where it's folded down. And we'll do 2 by 2 again. So continuing on round. And again. So we're going to hold the petal a little differently this time. So this is the way it should be here now. So we're going to do index finger and pull up, just to shape it so it's going to sit out like this. And hold. And it's the same continuous way, every layer of petal that we do. We keep the glue nice and low in the corner so you don't see it when you're looking into the rose when it's completed. And index finger and fold and up. And continue on round, opposite sides. And corner, index finger, and hold. So you can see how low I am down on the petal just to hold. And again, index finger, hold and hold. And don't close them in tight. You want them to layer out because we're going to start building the outer layers with this. And now we've 2 more left, so we go to the opposite side again and add the last 2. Always remember you're taking it to this kind of line, the invisible line, and the other side. You can do that bud with either 16 cuts or 20. I've done this one with 20 cuts, but it can be achieved with 16 as well. It just depends how full you want your rose to be. So down at the corner, and hold. And again, and hold. So at this stage, this is what it should look like, and I know it looks kind of rectangular, but now once we start building these out with the round petals, then it'll level it out. And it doesn't matter if it's not completely flat here. Building it out is going to even it out. So now we'll take the round petals and we'll do the same with them. We'll divide them into sets of 4. 1, 2. So I have 16 on this, and we're just going to add 16 to the outer layers. So what I'm going to do now is, again, take the smaller glue stick and fold in towards me. Depending on the thickness of your paper will depend on how many you can do at one time. With this here, this is a little bit lighter, so I'm able to fold 2 in at one time. And what you need to watch out for is the thicker the paper, the more creases will go into it when you are curling it. So 65-pound card should be practice paper, because 65-pound card will hold its shape better. So now that we have these all done, we'll start building these out. We're going to put these on slightly different to the first set. So before we were going round here, here and here. This time we're going to take the petal and we're going to do it on the corner, on opposite corners. So there. So the way I glue for the corner is line across the top and down the centre. And it's the same, you go onto the corner of your rose and do the opposite corner. So I always work with, I've done this corner, so I'm going to go opposite line, straight down and corner. And while you're gluing this one on, you're giving this one a bit of time to set, so you're able to move back over to it. Down around the corners again of the petal, the glue, and hold. As you can see, there's a bit of a gap here. I don't put them up tight. It's the same corner, and index fingers and hold. And we'll do the same now for the other corners. Down. And the same, we're taking it up to that invisible line there at the petal. Opposite corner and hold. Index finger and hold. As you can see, the layers are starting now. And with curling too, you only need to curl them slightly at the edge. You don't need to go on too far. And again. Depending on what size you make them, if you make them these 4-inch petals, then it will take 8 or 10 sheets of A4 paper, depending on what how many petals you want to put on the layers. So this is the way it should look now at this stage. Kind of square, rectangular, but when we start building it out, it'll start going on this round shape. So again, we just go opposite corners. And again, opposite corner and hold. And now we go back to that corner because that one is set while we're putting the other one on. Index finger and hold. And again. Index finger and hold. That was a corner. And hold. I have found this is the easiest way to do the rose and for it to be near perfection each time, because there's no flower that's ever perfect. But I've tried a lot of techniques and this one works best for me. So there. So we're down to the next layer of petals. So it's continuous, the same, opposite corners. And there. And also, how much you take it in determines the size of the flower. So remember always that you can see the next layer from the top, the above petal. And we're always using our index finger to fold and hold. And again, index finger and hold. So this is what we have now before we put on the last layer of petals. Still has a wee bit of a squareness to it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to place the petals on each corner like we have been doing, but we're not going to make these out as much. These are going to be at the same kind of height as the last layer we put on, and that'll even out and make it round. Remember opposite corners, and just gauge it with your eye when you're putting it on. So it's slightly the same height as the last layer that we put on. And again that way. And this is what it should look like underneath. Corners again. And hold. And the same here. You still want to crease it up a little bit with your index finger, even the last layer. It just gives it that kind of little fold. And now two opposite corners, and that is us. And remember, slightly, so we have it slightly over this petal so you'll be able to see it. And the same opposite corner. And I moved. And hold. And that is the last petal to go on. And there you